Okay, so here's a quick tutorial on how you're going to use the CBR. You're going to make sure that this is plugged into both your calculator up here and into the CPR. You're going to go ahead and turn your calculator on. Okay, and then probably it'll just start running the program right away. If for some reason it's not running the program, the way that you get to the program that runs the CBR is you go to Apps, and then you scroll down to, it's called, let's see, Easy Data. So Easy Data, okay, and then it will be running, okay? So these are controlled by these keys, okay? So a couple things, make sure it's in feet. If it's not in feet, go to setup, go to distance, change the units to feet, okay? I'm just gonna say, okay. And then take the CBR and you're going to put it kind of this way. Make sure it's on walking. And then it detects distance away from this. It's what it's picking up. So how many feet something is away. Okay, so it's a little hard to see since I'm just putting under the Elmo. But if I moved away from the detector and then towards it, it should shrink it. Now, it will only pick up so much if you're really close to it, okay? All right, so our goal is going to be to try and walk some of these different lines. Like, let's say we wanted to walk the line y equals 3x plus 2. X is going to stand for the time in seconds. Y is going to stand for the number of the distance in feet away from the detector, okay? So, and then once the person is ready to try and walk, you're just going to push the start button, okay? And it's going to overwrite some data in there. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to say okay. And then it's going to just start tracking. Now, obviously, I've got a couple cups right here that it's just picking up that aren't very far away. Okay. And I, didn't move at all. Okay, then after you've got your data collected, you're going to go exit out of the program. Okay, so just going to keep exiting out. Then you're going to go to the y equals. All right, then I wanted to try and walk the line 3x plus 2. So think about if x is time and y is distance, at 0 seconds, how far away should I have been from the detector? And then how fast was I actually walking? All right, so change your window settings. I'm going to start with x is the time. So I'm going to go from 0 to 5 seconds is about all it lasted. Okay, going up by 1. The y is the distance away. It will detect about 15 feet away. So I'm going to push 0 for Y min, 15 for Y max. I'm going to use a scale of 1, and then I'm going to push graph. Okay, so obviously the cup didn't, stay at a very short distance at the cup away from the detector, and it didn't move at all. So obviously I was not far enough away, and I was not creating this line when I moved backwards. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try it again. So you're going to go back to the app. I'm just clicking apps, go down to easy data. Okay, and this time I'm going to actually move the detector this way, and I'm going to try and walk away from it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and as soon as the person is ready, so I've got some space out there, so it's detecting the far wall or the door that's about 16 feet away. I'm going to go ahead and move in front of it. So I'm going to push start. And it's going to overwrite the data. So I'm going to say okay. Okay, and I know you can't see me, but I was actually standing a few feet away from the detector and then sort of slowly walking away. I'm going to go and see how that compares. So I'm going to quit out of here, go back to my y equals. I'm going to change this to 3x plus 2, which is what I was trying to do. And my window settings, I'm going to go from 0 to 5 seconds by 1. And y, I'm going to go from 0 to 15 feet by just 1 foot. Okay, so I probably started a little too far away, and can you imagine that I was Walking maybe not as consistently as I should have, but I was not walking fast enough. Okay, so with your team, you're going to try and see if you can do a couple of these other equations.